Hello YouTube, back again with another video. This is going to be a non-custom duel. I'm going to be using my rank 10 Timelord deck against my opponent's Floowandereeze deck. And later on this duel, it's going to be a disappointment because I was hoping for an honest duel. What I mean honest is that eventually when I have a counter against my opponent's field, he immediately rage quits and we wait 90 seconds. That will not be until like by the end of the duel. So he plays Diminished Shifter. It's not gonna do much to be real. Like, yeah, any card that's sent to the grave is banished from now on until my opponent's until the end of the next turn. So that's basically until my opponent's next turn. Just fine. Cause even if I lose time made in the grave, it gets banished. At the same time, I'm not gonna heavily rely on her. So let's just fast forward here. Actually, I'm pretty sure you guys are aware of the Floowandereeze combo, and I've shown you a deck profile. They don't even like special summon, so most likely that's why he's playing pod duality and prosperity, so it's like two pod dualities as one. So you have two pod dualities, so basically but pretty much have the same effect. One that's prosperity, one that's duality, obviously, and then terraforming gets banished. So thanks to Shifter, and if I know the combo correctly, he can pretty much banish Shifter with his Stry or whatever he's flown to Stry, and then which will enable him to activate another Shifter if he has one in hand. So I know my Yu-Gi-Oh, so I know how the mechanics work and then how to utilize the strategy. So he's gonna be using Magnificent Map's effect, I assume, to add one from his deck, or to immediately normal summon. My mistake. Well, he's going to add one, obviously, but the combo I'm talking about, he's going to add with Rubina. I assume to get retrieved either his Egglin or whoever. Let's fast forward here. I was right. He gets back his Egglin, but I'm not too sure he's going to search. Okay, it's the Stormwinds. So he's hoping that he stops my special summons, and I try not to rely heavily on special summon. I try to rely on my normal summons with my Timelords. So let's fast forward here. We know the combo too well. Impin for the +1, as long as he tributes 2 and they get banished. He'll search, I'm not too sure what. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the trap card or the continue spell. He can't really do much with the continue spell unless it's like my turn, so I'm going to be playing Pot of Extravagance, although he has Stormwinds on the field. So like I said, I don't entirely need to rely on special summoning. I can use my time notes to normal summon without tributing, as long as I control no monsters. I have 2 torrential tribute. From here on out, he thinks he's in the clear and that he can do whatever he wants while I'm stuck, so might as well do something and attack one of my opponent's monster. Okay, let me have to go back to my main phase 1 because he clearly had a response. Alright. Yes, I told him that's a normal summon. He thinks that I'm a special summon. Cannot be special summon in the deck, so he's literally just normal summon. Alright. So it's a normal summon, he can activate Magnificent Map, allowing him to normal summon one Floowandereeze monster from his hand to the field. Let's fast forward here. Same thing, Robina with the same combo and retrieving Egglin. And then he's gonna get another search, so it's like 2 cards he's getting back, or he's gaining from out of his deck. He's getting 1 from his deck, 1 from his banished zone, so that's basically 2 cards in 1 turn. In case I'm right, he's gonna be going to another normal summon for Ryza. So it's not. So he got rid of my Lazion. I'm pretty much wide open for an attack now. But at the same time, it's like it's not banished. It actually goes to the top of my deck. But with the 2 torrential tribute, it's gonna be enough to make him rage quit either way. So let's fast forward here. Dude is a sore loser, and it's funny, I pretty much predicted it, even though I didn't think he was gonna rage quit, because I'm like boo hoo cry, because now that even though he has Ryza back, it's like once I get rid of that and his whatever monster he's gonna normal summon, that should be it for him. It's gonna leave him wide open. Trust me on this. And he didn't think whether he had any like other cards that he could activate. So he was thinking too much of having the advantage that he didn't think whether he'd be able to make a comeback after. It could have gone both ways either way because my deck doesn't instantly kill unless I have the right cards in my hand. So far, my hand with the hand I have, it all depends. Just because I have Timing, Mirror Ladybug, Alpha, Master Beast, and Exodius doesn't mean I'm gonna automatically have the advantage. Unless he has cards that can counter it. Well, looking at it right now, no, it doesn't seem likely. So he's hoping for more consistency, which he's gonna do, which is the proper way of playing Yu-Gi-Oh. Because the more consistency you have, the easier your deck becomes playable, the more access you have, and the more cards you have on the field too. So it makes making your field a lot more tougher and giving you more of a barricade, as well as leaving you at a bigger advantage and having more field presence, as well as that field presence can also create more disruptions. So let's fast forward here. I'm not going to even waste time with this. Since he's going to rage quit, he's going to go for Stree, retrieve Egglin, and he's going to normal summon Egglin, thanks because he's getting additional normal summon thanks to Stree, and I go Torrential Tribute, because I'm not going to allow it. I'm not going to let him get his Rise Up. But then he automatically rage quits, trust me. Even I say to myself that I can't even have it because my opponent's just basically in order for him to he has to be preventing me from playing and make it so that I don't have any counter. But even when he does, look at this, he automatically rage quits. And hopefully hopefully my viewers, hopefully you aren't this kind of typical player who gets upset over one loss, or they can handle being taking advantage of in a duel. I don't mean in the wrong way. I mean what I mean like taking advantage of like when you eventually have the upper hand and then eventually you end up losing the lead. Like this is what I'm now. If you because especially like when someone ends up leading and all of a sudden they become trailing, like throughout the game they're leading in the game and then they're trailing after because the opponent happens to have a counter. That's where you can be really annoying, is that you have players like this that just get so irritated over trailing because they had a huge lead or they had the upper hand. Now all of a sudden it justifies them rage quitting because we don't even know what the result would have been after, because he clearly still had opportunities. Look at this, 5 cards in hand, 2 cards on the field. Not sure about his grave presence, whether it helped him, but considering I only have 5, if you look at it, his field has his cards have he has way more advantage than me. He has way more cards in hand, way more cards on his field. Look at mine. I only have 4 cards on my hand, 1 card on the field, and he basically is overtaking me by 1 card from my hand and field. So I don't know what was the reason behind this. Did he feel that I was somehow gonna come back from and be able to destroy him even further? Considering he had way more cards than I do. I don't get this guy, seriously. I'm guessing because those were his best cards. I thought maybe that could be the reason. And he felt like he lost too much advantage and that there was a lot at stake for him. So even though it's just a game. And again, my advice, you guys don't end up like this player, trust me. Because you're gonna end up thinking because we at least wait until the final result as to what's gonna happen. Because either this dude was just desperate. He was clearly when he wasn't thinking straight. Because he's not even too sure what I have in my hand or field, considering I have a set card only. But he was clearly overthinking and probably thought that eventually I was gonna come back and bite him in the ass. And if you look at my hand, it wouldn't have probably been the case. Because it all depends on my extra deck, it all depends on my hand field, and I wasn't too sure what I could have done to counter his field, even though I possibly could have done more damage on my next turn, but this doesn't lead to me winning. That's why I said you have to wait until the final result and see how it plays out. But again, up to him. I pretty much won this duel. He forfeited the match, and that counts as a loss for him, and I earned the victory. And again, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to check for more upcoming content later in the future. Be sure to check your notifications, comment, like, subscribe. Thank you.